Hey guys, it's Lewis. Welcome to another YouTube video. If you're new here, then I don't want you to subscribe. I want you to watch the video, and if you like what you see and you want to see more of it, then you can subscribe. So, today we're going to be talking about the biggest challenges that I faced whilst building an online business with health struggles. Building a business is hard enough. Um, for anyone. But when you're managing health conditions that drag you in and out of hospital and affect your ability to do work every single day, it definitely comes with another layer of challenges. I've got a lot of chronic health conditions. If you want to know more about my medical history, I've got a video on my channel, which I will link here if I can work out how to do that. Conditions such as POTS, postural orthostatic tachycardia syndrome, EDS. I've had many surgeries. There's a long list, right? And building a business has kind of left me with struggles with fatigue, energy levels, mental health struggles as well. But I've also learned a lot of lessons along the way, which hopefully I can help other people. A bit about my background. I've built multiple six-figure online businesses with chronic health conditions. So I've been in hospital since the day I was born, basically on and off, but majority of my life. And the reason that I thought it would be good to share this video is just to inspire others who are held back by either health struggles or some kind of adversity. Something happens in their life and it's pushed them down and pushed their goals further away from them. And yeah, I just want to kind of help people who feel like life is pushing against them and just teach people that you can push back, and everything that happens for a reason. And you can use it to your advantage. So if you can see me kind of looking at the screen, I've got some notes because I just wanted to make sure I included all the key points. So let's dive in. So in terms of the challenges that I've kind of faced with my conditions, a big one will be fatigue and burnout. I'm somebody who tends to kind of go 100 miles an hour and just like, could work for days. I remember on lockdown, there was a period where I didn't sleep for like 3 days, 4 days, and I just worked the whole time, all day, all night, stayed up all night, stayed up all day, didn't have a single nap or anything and just kept going. And yeah, I don't recommend that basically, especially if you've got health conditions, because it's not good for your health. Like there's times where I've done that and it's affected me for weeks and I haven't been able to do any work. There's also been times where I've actually got a good night's sleep, and despite having a good night's sleep, I still struggle to, um, yeah, with energy. I can get like 8, 9, 10 hours sleep and then really feel fatigued and tired. So chronic fatigue is kind of a byproduct of some of the other conditions I've got. Chronic fatigue in itself is not like very rare, but it is something that a lot of other people probably deal with, and it's definitely affecting my business. I could be on a roll, I could be really motivated to do it, but I just feel like I always need extra rest. Sometimes I just need to lie down and stop, even if I've had rest. When in my mind, I want to be doing work, I want to be doing productive, be being productive, and I can't because my body doesn't let me. Um, so like I could, have one day of solid work, feeling really good, but then I could have a few days where I just need to like sleep and rest. Or I try and push through, but then it just makes me feel even more exhausted. So fatigue is one thing, like always being extremely exhausted, is tough. And, that obviously has a byproduct in terms of like mental health, because you're constantly being stretched. I feel like I'm constantly being stretched between being rushed and needing to achieve my goals as quick as possible and my body just telling me to slow down, which in a way is a good thing. You should listen to your body if it is telling you to do that, for anyone else who struggles with similar conditions. But at the same time, when you're really motivated and you want to achieve things, it's tough, especially if like you've got a whole plan of the day, things you want to do, and your body just doesn't let you. So that's kind of one area. I also find that hospital visits in themselves have left me with a lot of trauma from when I used to basically live in hospital when I was younger. So, if I have a hospital appointment, I hate it. Like I really don't want to go. And obviously, in terms of how that affects the business, I could be on a roll. I could be really productive. I could have loads of calls booked in and, loads of work getting done, loads of projects that I'm finishing, and then I have to go into hospital either for a normal appointment, which just disrupts the day, which isn't the end of the world because I can plan in advance and block it out of the calendar. But it might be a case of having to, you know, like go in an emergency situation, and then I could be in for days, and then I'm burnt out after that, and like, yeah, just the business kind of crumbles. So one thing I've learned is that if you try and do everything yourself with health conditions while you're running a business, then it is tough because your business relies on you. So if you're in hospital, then your clients don't get replies. Your results might drop if if we, for example, run adverts and social media ads for businesses. We do a lot of other things as well for like e-commerce stores and other businesses. My business is basically helping people grow businesses. So whether that's a new business, if you're a random person that just wants to get into online business, I can help you. If you're a business owner who already has an established business but wants to scale it, then I can help you. And if I have to go into hospital, then the client's results suffer. They obviously don't get replies, and that affects the business too, which therefore affects my mental health because the business is what I live and breathe. It's really important to me that people get good results. So the one thing I've really learned that helps me out a lot is actually building a team of people, actually having people better than you delivering certain services. And this is called leverage. So actually leveraging someone else's time to help with certain areas of the business. And, there's been many times where I've had to go into hospital. I couldn't make a meeting. I couldn't keep on top of the client work, but my team was there. And I've messaged them and I said, guys, like I'm in hospital. Don't know how long I'll be here. Like I'm barely conscious. I'm in bed, still messaging on my phone. And they said, don't worry, we'll hold it down. They hop on calls with the clients, record the call, send it over to me after, keep me in the loop. So big shout out to the team. Very grateful for everyone. And yeah, I couldn't do it without all of you guys. So if you are someone who's in the online business space or you're looking to go into the online business space, I would always recommend building a team of people. Hiring people can be hard, but if you have a system where you can post a job out and it reaches the masses and you've got a step-by-step system to really narrow down to the best person, if you know how to change 100 people who apply for a job into one person who's going to be tick all the boxes, no red flags, and that person is someone who's loyal to you, someone who will deliver a good service. They care about your mission and what you're about. Like the most important thing I've learned when it comes to hiring people is personality over results and ability, because results and ability can be taught and can improve over time. But a personality and the way they care and the amount of effort they put in and them as an individual, how kind they are, all of these things can't be taught. That's who they are. Yes, they can change over time, but it's a lot easier to make someone better at the service than to improve their personality. So everyone I work with, shout out the team because you guys have definitely had a massive, massive impact on me positively and have allowed me to deal with these medical conditions and run a business as well. So, if you're someone who wants to get into online business, or maybe you're in the same kind of situation, you run a business, but then you have something go on, whether it's a medical condition, hospital appointment, or whether it's something else, some kind of adversity, like something else going on in your life that affects your business, then drop me a message and I'll see if I can help you kind of systemize and build a team of people that you're proud to work with that can kind of be there when you do have to get dragged away from the business, which is horrible because I love the business. I just want to and be involved all the time. So thank you to the team. Um, and other challenges that I've faced in terms of the business is like isolation. So when I was younger, I missed out on a lot of school, sports days, memories, because I was in hospital a lot. And this kind of carried over into my adult life where I found that I need to, in order to build the business, I need to kind of push everything away and sit in my own little bubble. That was me when I started the business. I wouldn't talk to anyone, wouldn't go out, wouldn't dream of letting anyone else get involved. I wanted to control everything because it was the one thing I could control. So if you're someone who's maybe been isolated before and you are fighting with this yourself, you want to build a business, but like you don't want to listen to someone else, or you don't want to have anyone else help you with the business, you want to do it all yourself, then I would encourage you to let that go because as soon as I built a team, everything got better. And as soon as I kind of focused on actually not just sitting in a bubble and building my business and blocking out the rest of the world, life gets a lot better. So yeah, so there's some of the challenges, I guess. And as I said, I actually want to help people who go through similar challenges and give you actionable solutions in terms of how you can actually overcome these challenges, or at least make them easier to kind of deal with, and therefore, hopefully make your life a bit easier. So I had a health coach last year. Manusos is his name, and he essentially helps service-based online business owners who don't really look after their health and spend all day and night focusing on their business and they just neglect their health. He helps them optimize their health to scale their business and make more money. And coincidentally enough, I actually started the program with him 3 months, and many times in the program, I was in hospital. So last year I went into hospital a lot, like for emergencies. There was times when my blood pressure was like 200 or something, and heart rate was like 240. I had to go into hospital. Times where I reacted badly to steroid medication and had like hallucinations, and they think I had steroid-induced psychosis, and also um, what was the other thing? And yeah, they thought I had a stroke as well because I lost feeling in like part of my body. I was on the way to the hospital because I had scolitis, which is an eye infection, which they think is caused by an underlying autoimmune condition. So scolitis is where your eye goes really red, and if you leave it, you go blind. So I was on the way to the eye hospital in London, and then on the way to the hospital, I had a massive flare up, and my head was like my temples felt like they were swelling, and they were. I couldn't see anything. Vision was going. I couldn't talk properly. Blood pressure and heart rate, heart rate went crazy. And yeah, I essentially had to just focus on breathing and staying conscious. Otherwise, I felt like I was going to pass out. I felt like I was on the verge of a stroke or a heart attack, or it was beginning. So yeah, we had to sidetrack to Watford's General Hospital, and yeah, what was my point? Yeah, so that was one of the events that happened last year. And while I was trying to do this health program looking after my health, so I struggled to stick with it because my health was actually not allowing me to. But when I was doing it, and I still try and incorporate a lot of the things I learned today, now that my health has calmed down, hopefully for a while, but let's see. Um, some of the things that I learned in that program really helped me. So, basic things like number one, your sleep. There is a website where you can work out your chronotype. So, type in chronotype sleep on Google, and you fill out a form, and it basically tells you what your ideal sleep schedule is to maximize performance and to make sure you feel well rested. So, depending on the questions you ask, you are either one of three, four chronotypes. And then, depending on which one you are, this is the ideal time you should sleep and wake up. Some people it's earlier, some people it's later. Um, so, sorry, I got a phone call. I feel like I always get phone calls on these YouTube videos. So, yeah, you essentially find out what your sleep type is. And then the idea is you go to sleep and wake up at the exact same time every single day. So mine was like 10:30 p.m. sleep, and 7:30 a.m. wake up. And the first few days was really tough. My hardest part is forcing yourself to excuse me, to actually go to sleep early. The waking up was easier if you could get to sleep earlier. So, and it's something I've always struggled with. I've always been a night owl, stay up all night. Even if I had to get up early, I remember at college, I had to get up at 8 o'clock or whatever, and I'd still go to sleep at 2, 3, 4 a.m. So, yeah, so it's tough for me to kind of go to sleep early, but I managed to do it. Some of the tips I learned in terms of getting better sleep, which is the number one most important thing. Like as soon as I sorted that out, I felt so much better and more in control and more energized, more productive. Like that was a big thing. So in the evenings, turn off overhead lights. So these do not help you sleep. Put a lamp on, even if you go to the toilet during the night, don't put the light on. Use your phone torch, put it down. Like overhead lights do not help you sleep at all. If you do need to go on screens in the evening, blue light blockers, they've really helped me because it's the blue lights that keep you awake. And, I don't know the science behind it, but they keep your brain active, which is therefore it makes it hard to sleep. Screens as well, like try and limit screen time like an hour or two before bed. So don't sit on TikTok for hours while you're in bed, like falling asleep. Actually, I found that reading before bed will help me calm down. There's also a video on YouTube which is called 10-minute non-deep sleep rest, non-sleep deep rest. And it's a 10-minute meditation and it gets you to focus on your breathing. It gets you to focus on like just, yeah, calming down your heart rate. And it's really good for helping you fall asleep. Um, so that's one of the things I learned, like sleeping well really helps you just feel better about your health. Like there's so many conditions in my life that I can't control, but there are some things that I can control. So why not try and control the things that I can? As soon as I started fixing my sleep, it became easier and easier to wake up at 7:30. I'd fall asleep instantly at 10:30 because your circadian rhythm starts to sync up, your body clock, and I'd fall asleep at 10:30 easy without the meditation. I'd wake up at 7:30, get up at the first alarm. That was one of the first things that I started to do as well. And yeah, that definitely helped a lot. The other things that helped is what I was eating. So I actually cut down on all the nice things, all the snacks, all the sugary foods, all the crisps, all the chocolate, all of that stuff. But even like meals, I became quite strict in terms of I wouldn't eat my first meal until 12:30. So in the morning, I would actually fast and I felt amazing in the morning. All I would do is come down, I would have squeeze some lemon juice in some water and drink that. And that instantly wakes you up, makes you feel amazing. I would also have a cold shower 3 or 4 times a week. So just for a couple of minutes, you stand there and you take it, and it's horrible, but you love it and you feel amazing after. And you don't want to do that every single day because your body gets used to it no longer affects your dopamine levels if you do it every day because your body expects it and gets used to it. So you want to shock the system and do it every couple of days. Um, and yeah, my first meal was at 12:30. It was always eggs, blueberries, scrambled eggs and blueberries. Then I'd have a milkshake, 2, 3 o'clock. And then 5:30, 6:30, I would have my dinner, which was usually steak, potatoes, broccoli. So one ingredient meals. And I felt so good. Felt really, really good when I could kind of maintain this. And the other thing is when you're working and you're trying to be productive in the day, when you have food, you normally crash. So the other thing I learned is that if you go for just a 10-minute walk after you eat a meal, you actually feel so much better. Like, you don't get that sluggish, exhausted feeling where you need to have a midday nap. You just feel amazing. You don't feel like you haven't digested food. It helps with digestion, and it just makes you feel so much better. So I did a 10-minute walk after each meal, and that changed my life. So that was a big one as well. Um, and then what else? So sleep was a big one, and then exercise too. So that's something that I really struggle with because my heart rate and blood pressure. The hospitals have basically said I'm not supposed to exercise. It's not safe for me to exercise. I read a book called David Goggins Can't Hurt Me. Really motivational book. Like if you're into mindset stuff, read it, get it now. Go on Amazon, type in David Goggins Can't Hurt Me, just get it. And it motivated me because I've always struggled with cardio, long distance running, even short distance exercise, like intense, because my heart rate and blood pressure and my POTS and everything else I've got going on. And yeah, I remember I went for a short jog. It was like a 30-second jog. No, it's probably about a minute to 2 minutes. So it was like down an old kind of track near me. Light jog. When I got to the end, my heart rate was like 193, and I felt like I was going to die. So they basically said that I can't do much exercise, but exercise is key. Like get in the gym, do what you can. Even for me, just going for like long walks and trying to walk reasonably fast, that helped a lot as well. So yeah, there's some tips in terms like how you can actually manage your conditions and actually feel better and be more productive while you're running a business, whether you have these underlying conditions or not. But if you do have underlying health conditions like myself, then it definitely helps you feel more in control because you are focusing on the things that you can control. And these things alone make you feel so much better. So there are some actionable steps. Hopefully they kind of helped. And yeah, I mean, that's pretty much it. I just wanted to put together a video of kind of talking through, what it's like running a business alongside health challenges. It's tough. It definitely makes you stronger. Like everything I've been through has definitely made me motivated and more hungry, and I want to be in control of my life and achieve the things that I want because there was so much that I wanted to do that my health took away. So yeah, as I said, like the idea of this is if you're building a business, if you're someone who's building a business while you're managing challenges, just know that you're not alone, and feel free to kind of reach out to me on Instagram if you can relate or if this was helpful. I'm really trying to document my journey and build up this account, but also just share the message. As I said, I'm on a mission to help other people who have chronic health conditions or other forms of adversity and challenges in life that, feels like they should push you down. And I want to help you turn those into a strength. So, as I said at the start of the video, I don't want you to subscribe if you didn't resonate with this, but if you felt like you did and it was helpful, then subscribe. I want to keep posting more videos. I'm open to suggestions as well. And I hope this video helps someone out. So, as I said, my name's Lewis. I hope you enjoyed the video. Hopefully, you'll stick around for some more. See you next time.